Hey guys, sorry about how late my video is going out tonight. My main line at my house broke and it's just been really crazy around here this week, so I'm sorry in advance, but let's go. Hey guys, it's Sam and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about some tips on surviving community college. I'm coming to you today from my garden because it's a billion degrees outside, so I thought I would enjoy some vitamin D. And Banjo's here too because he wants to learn to go to college. Now, I think I'm a very qualified person to discuss this with you since I've been in community college for going on 5 years. And some might take that as, wow, we shouldn't listen to her because she's been stuck there forever, but I think it qualifies me because I know all the tips and tricks. Without further ado, tip number 1. Sign up as soon as you can for classes. Decide beforehand which classes you're going to take. This is important because as soon as you sign up, as soon as your deadline opens, you're going to want to add those exact classes. Colleges will usually give you a date and time, and I recommend getting by your computer like 30 minutes before that time and signing up, like refreshing the page and starting as soon as possible. You want to do this because if your class is full, you're going to have a lot harder time getting into it. Now here's an expert tip. Just because your classes are full doesn't mean you're not going to be able to get them. If you really need a class, you can show up on the first day, and most of the time a teacher will give you an ad code. You can then use that ad code to register for the class later on that day. Tip number 2. Don't go into college thinking you're going to get all of your hardest classes done at the very beginning. It's really hard to take 4 or 5 classes your very first year. I recommend taking some general ed courses along with some fun courses just to lighten the load. Maybe take a ballet class or a painting class. I made the mistake of taking the most boring classes when I first started college, and I was just really worn out and I wasn't really having any fun. And then I realized if I mixed some regular classes up, I wouldn't be so stressed studying for biology, math, English, history all in one semester. So I would recommend taking something fun along with stressful courses. Tip number 3 is probably the most useful tip I can give you, and that is go to professors' office hours. Most professors have office hours and they get paid to go to them. This is a time where they can answer any of your questions that they couldn't answer during lecture. When you go to office hours, it shows your teacher that you really care about passing the class. Even if you aren't struggling in your class, this is a good way for your teacher to see you in a new light. If they think that you're coming and you're trying as hard as you can, they're more likely to give you help than someone who asks at the very end of the semester. It's like free tutoring from your teacher, and it's a really good way to understand how they want you to perform in the course. It also helps your teacher get to know you, which leads to tip number 4. Change your views to fit your teachers. I don't know how else to say that. Like, there are so many jerk college teachers. I've had so many teachers that will mark you down just because you don't agree with what they say. If you go to office hours and get to know their political party, how they stand in the community, and like how they want you to act as a student. Politics have played a huge part in my college career, and I'm a science major and I really don't get it either. But teachers are jerks. In my experience, teachers never liked when I disagreed with them about politics, and I'll give you some examples. And you might think that I'm like a fake person for this, but it got me an A. So I had an English teacher that was so liberal, and all she talked about the entire class was Donald Trump and how much she hated him. I brought up news events on how Donald Trump was destroying America and how it was terrible and how much I hated him, and I quickly became her favorite student. Even though I didn't even turn in the final paper, I still got an A in that class. This summer I took a history class and the teacher loved Donald Trump, and so I looked up all these articles about how he was helping our economy and he was such a good president, and I always talked about it in class, and she really liked me. So really, your opinions don't matter in college, it's your teachers. You can write your papers tailored to their beliefs, which will get you some extra bonus points. And to those of you who say, I'm not going to change how I feel just for one teacher, well, to that I say, who cares about changing your beliefs for one class? You're never going to see that teacher again, and it's going to get you a good grade. So swallow your pride and get to lying. College pretty much prepares you for life. Tip number 5 is get to know at least 2 people in your class. This is going to help if you miss any lectures. You can always email them and ask what you missed, or text them before you miss class, and they can get extra papers that your teacher is going to pass out that day. It also helps if you're unsure of an assignment. Maybe your classmates understand it and they can help you out. I did this a lot in my chemistry class. Pretty much our whole class had each other's numbers, and we worked together to get through some of the hardest assignments I've ever had. Tip number 6 is to attend study groups. This especially qualifies for any science classes or math classes. If no one speaks up and starts a study group, then I suggest you do it yourself. Go up in the beginning of class and pass around a paper and say, I'm interested in doing a study group. Write down the days that work best for you, and voila, created. Tip number 7 is do all your homework. In my experience, teachers usually pull test questions directly from the homework. So if you really get the homework nailed, then you shouldn't have a problem with your tests. If you get test anxiety or for some reason just take tests really bad, it's good to fall back on homework for extra points. Tip number 8 is to study, but don't underestimate the power of cramming. Now I know we've been told our whole lives don't cram and don't wait till the last minute to study, and I'm not saying wait till the last minute to study, but I am saying study at the last minute. This might not work for all of you, but for me it really helps to study the night before and also like an hour before the test. I find the best way for me to study in between tests is rewriting my notes. I usually rewrite my notes 2 to 3 times depending on how much time I have. If your teacher doesn't give you a study guide for your exam, I recommend going over homework problems again because most likely that's how they're going to structure their exam, unless your teacher sucks. If you're taking a class in the lab, I recommend going over your lab book or your procedure the night before so you really understand what you're doing that day and you won't be stuck in there for 2 hours confused. Tip number 9 may not be available to everyone. I've gone to 2 community colleges and both of them have offered free tutoring to students, but I know that might not be available to everyone who's in a CC. So if you do have a CC that offers free tutoring, I really recommend you take advantage of that opportunity. But also, make sure that the work that you're doing, you double check with your teacher because some of the tutors aren't as good as they say. One time I had a tutor that tutored me in chemistry and I had it down. I felt like I really understood everything and I brought my homework to my teacher and got almost everything wrong. And everything that I did on that homework was with the tutor, so you really got to be careful. But for the most part, the tutors are really helpful. Tip number 10 is for people who don't have access to free tutoring or work during office hours or tutoring hours, or just for anyone who doesn't want to go in and go to tutoring. There's also tutoring online. My favorite website is Khan Academy. They're helpful in subjects like science and math. They really break down the subject piece by piece for you, and there hasn't been anything that I needed help with that Khan Academy hasn't had for me. Tip number 11 is really important to some of you, and that is if you have anxiety or a learning disability or something that you think would impede your education, most community colleges have support for you. In my college we have the LAP, and these programs are really awesome for people who think that they can't accomplish college because they have something holding them back. If you need assistance with school, don't feel like you're alone. There's so many people at my school that use this program and it's really helpful. Don't avoid school because you think you can't handle it. There's a lot of people that are willing to help you get through it. My last tip is my very favorite tip. So, treat yourself. Take time for yourself at least once a week to just de-stress. Reward yourself because college is not easy. The way that I usually get through the semester, and a lot of people think it's funny, but it really works for me, is say like if I pass all of my classes this semester, I'm going to treat myself. I'll buy myself something special at the end of the semester, or I'll do something. Like, so this year I had a terrible schedule. It was so hard, and I said, if you pass all your classes this semester, you can buy Sims. But I refused to buy Sims before because I didn't want to be distracted playing Sims when I should have been doing my chemistry homework, so I bought it as soon as I finished. So those were all my tips, guys. Thanks so much for watching this video. I wanted to do something since school's starting, and there's a lot of my friends that are starting community colleges here, so I thought I'd make this little video for them and for everyone to show that there's a lot of stuff that maybe you didn't know about going to community college. Don't let anyone make you feel bad for not choosing the traditional college route. A lot of people have responsibilities that they can't drop just to go to university, and community college is a really great way to do that. Four-year universities are great, but community college is also great. I hope these tips have helped you. Arm yourself, because it sucks and it draws the life out of you. And you're just sad all the time. Make sure to tune in every Friday and subscribe if you like my content. Next week is a really exciting video for me, and I really hope you guys like it, so stay tuned because it's one of my biggest passions that I want to share with you. I'm really excited about it, and I hope you like this video. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for watching. You can.
Kill it. Go like that.
I'm in his habitat. See, I'm gonna fucking kill his flies. This is a terrible idea. Yeah, but I wanted to say even if you couldn't sign in. Hey, Salsitas.